Hey folks, welcome back. This is Mike again. We're going to answer continuing questions as you send them, and this one is tackling a big question about wild food harvest, trapping, snaring, hunting, fishing, foraging for roots, tubers, shoots, berries, the whole 9 yards. And we're in the summer now. We're addressing summertime, and we're contrasting a single individual going out on the landscape, building their shelter, procuring water, bringing it to a boil in a container they make themselves, which means fire making, firewood, all of this for one individual, and gathering food. Okay, so if you're going to be gathering food in the summer, head towards the coast. Here in Maine, we boil water down to gather the salt. We're harvesting clams, oysters, mackerel. We're going after pogies and even seaweed. We're drying the seaweed on racks to provide food for us throughout the year because it's in such bulk in the summer. Be mindful of the hazards. Red tide is a thing that's going to make clams and oysters deadly. And you gotta have to be mindful of the lack and larder principle. Sometimes the fish are just coming in. Other times, nothing, right? Shadbush berries, raspberries and blackberries, they're going to be coming in, and as an individual, you're eating them more than you're preserving them. Now, if you have a crew, you have the luxury of putting things by this early towards the coming seasons, the cold months. Blueberries are critical for us for winter, and getting blueberry rakes in buckets. The wild blueberry barrens have become state parks now for a lot of them, or trusts, land trusts, where the blueberries are still out there, but they're not being tended. Sometimes you can find a commercial blueberry farmer who will allow you to go in there and weed, dogbane, and help clear areas by hand in exchange for a little area to rake blueberries. And if they have a bouncer, a machine that bounces the unripe blueberries out and away from your bucket with a belt, then you get more of a nutrient-dense return on your investment without having to sit and pick those by hand. So it saves time and calories to create these agreements. But that's the community level. There's an 8 to 12 person group that is intentionally gathering blueberries, not just for the summer and enjoying what you have in the moment, but for drying, preserving, boiling down into jams, jellies, fruit leather, things that don't need electricity or refrigeration that'll still preserve well through winter. It's our first larder, but you need a crew to gather it. And that is summer. Take advantage of those long summer days and sleep when you can, but get back up and start gathering food, because this is the beginning, the shotgun, starter, pistol, whatever, of the marathon of food gathering so that you can get through winter. Next episode, fall. Individual fall approaches to not just foods now. We're going after more meat, not so much fish, but meat on the hoof and on the paw. And it's going to get frosty, so those cold evenings are going to remind us to keep motivated.